Hey everybody, this is Nicky Muscle from MitigateStress.com. In this video we are going to be discussing the most effective way to take magnesium. Now a couple months ago we published a blog discussing the forms of magnesium that we recommend and the forms that we're pretty much completely against. And in that blog there is a chemist that I can't quite remember his name off the top of my head, but nonetheless he published quite a few research articles. And a few of those research articles discuss the most effective way to take magnesium. Now I'm going to summarize them for you. Basically he suggests at the end of the day to simply microdose your magnesium instead of taking it all at once right before bed, like most professionals suggest. So instead of doing that, he recommends to spread your magnesium thin throughout the day. So most professionals will recommend 250, maybe 300, maybe 500 milligrams of magnesium per day. We recommend a little bit more because of people's magnesium burn rate at an all-time high in today's world of physical, chemical, and emotional stress that we are constantly bombarded with. Most people have an extremely high magnesium burn rate. Not to mention, there's a lot of people working out like crazy too on top of that, so they're just dumping their electrolytes like crazy. So again, he recommends to spread your magnesium dosage thin throughout the day. What does that look like? Well, simple. Let's say you drink 1 to 2 liters of water per day. We don't recommend drinking too much. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And you're sipping on that water throughout the day. Well, you want to restructure that water with icelandic sea salt, maybe some potassium, some bioavailable calcium, some trace minerals like shilajit, and obviously add in some magnesium, right? So you're going to sip on that throughout the day. That is a very safe way to take your magnesium. Not only are you're going to be able to uptake more magnesium, but you're really going to limit some of those nasty, gnarly side effects that a lot of people will experience, such as lethargy, digestive irritation, loose stools, etc. So instead of dumping 300 to 500 milligrams of magnesium like most professionals recommend, like in the form of glycinate right before bed, which could potentially destroy your bed, terrible joke, we highly recommend, one, starting low and slow, so maybe even starting at 1 to 200 milligrams, right? And then slowly building up and seeing how much you can uptake, right? And again, spreading it thin throughout the day, microdosing. So it's not just how you dose, but I wanted to really harp on this because this is a question we get all the time, and this is what we've permanently switched to, is to simply microdose your magnesium. This, in my opinion, this will completely negate the side effects pretty much 99% of the time. Most people are just improperly dosing their magnesium. They're taking too much. Even me, if I take too much all at once, even if I worked out like crazy amount of hours, I'm still going to experience nasty side effects because it's not natural to consume all that high amount of any mineral or vitamin all at once. Now let's discuss some forms of magnesium that are often recommended. So one is going to be oxide, which is the most often recommended, which is roughly 4% absorbable. Now some of that has been debunked because there are better quality forms of magnesium oxide, which we are very aware of. We have actually referenced a few articles in that blog down below. And instead of that being 4%, some of them go up to like 20, 25%. Still not that impressive. Then there's citrate, which is roughly 20% absorbable, which starts to imbalance our copper, which I'm not a fan of. And then we have glycinate. It's not that impressive of a magnesium. It's just bound to the amino acid glycine. Not that impressive, 30, 35%. There's biglycinate as well. And then there is threonate and a bunch of other forms. So threonate, a lot of people are overhyped about. They say it's the only form of magnesium that crosses the blood-brain barrier. Dr. Ray Peat, PhD, actually says that all forms of magnesium cross the blood-brain barrier. So it completely debunks that nonsense. And why wouldn't you want the most bioavailable, natural, potent form of magnesium on the planet, which is the one that we obviously formulate in-house, we sell, we're biased, but this is why we started our company, is because we 100% believe in this product. It's the one that should be in our natural water supply, but thanks to acid rain being 10,000 times more acidic, it has stripped a lot of these high-quality alkaline minerals and bicarbonate ions from our natural water supply. Of course, there are exceptions throughout the US and Europe as well, but nonetheless, industrialization, water treatment facilities have pretty much stripped most of this out of our modern-day water supply, right? So bicarbonate is a very natural form. It's a very potent form. Again, it's 80 to 90% absorbable, and it is bound to one of the most important molecules on the planet known as the bicarbonate ion, which in and of itself we have written quite a few blogs about and done a few videos about as well. The bicarbonate ion is basically like little batteries, little energizers for your body. It's what helps deliver magnesium deeper into the red blood cell rather than just raising your serum level. So the thing is, this, going back to the dosage, starting low and slow, It's really the amount of magnesium that you intake every single day is really just going to depend on your magnesium burn rate. How stressed are you throughout the day? Physical, chemical, and emotional stress. If you're dumping your minerals all day long, it's very important that you start low and slow, yes, but you start to increase that dosage alongside the other macro minerals like your organic forms of sodium, bioavailable forms of calcium, potassium, and trace minerals as well. It's very important that we start increasing all that, but you want to slowly increase your magnesium dosage as well. And again, always going microdosing, but spreading that magnesium dosage thin throughout the day, right? Can't stress that enough. That's literally the only way we recommend taking magnesium now, is to spread it thin throughout the day. All right, I think I yapped enough about the subject. So if you got any questions, we're gonna post a blog specifically about this video. We will also reference the forms of magnesium that we recommend and that we recommend completely avoiding down below, as well as how to properly drink water, which we pretty much talk about. Sipping no more than 1 to 2 tablespoons every 5 to 10 minutes. Restructuring your water. We'll reference all those blogs down below. If you got any questions like this, which was a question from a customer, simply shoot us a direct message on Instagram, Mitigate Stress, YouTube, leave a comment, and or email us at support@mitigatestress.com. Like this video, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, and we'll see you soon. God bless.